Good morning people, today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is the Claber Drip Kit 20. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I was actually looking to make my own sprinkler system, so when I was actually looking at stuff to make it with, I actually come across this. So yeah, you can get this from B&Q for £25. You can also get it on Amazon for £32. So even though B&Q is usually the more expensive one, it's actually cheaper for this product. So let's open it up and let's see what we got. Before I actually opened this box, whilst I was in B&Q, I was actually looking to get another hose pipe so that I could always leave this rigged up and I didn't need to, like in this picture, I wouldn't need to leave it connected to the tap because my tap's quite far. So I was looking for a hose and I found this. And this was in the clearance bit for £20. And usually that is £68. And look, I mean, £68 is a rip-off. You know, that's the problem with B&Q. All right, the stuff's all good, but they are usually so expensive. But with this one, all I can really see is that this picture is slightly different, but it's the only one on their website. But I'm missing the handle, and I'm also missing this middle bit up here. But that's £68. I paid £20 for this. Bloody, just buying the hose, you know, you'd pay that. So if you are in B&Q, definitely go outside and look, because there is a clearance bit inside, but this was actually in the garden area. So make sure you have a look, because you might find a good little deal. But anyway, let's get to opening this. So let's see what's inside. So it slides out quite easily, nothing else inside the box. Got a pack of stands, we've got the tap fittings, and we have the bag of all the actual drip bits and connectors themselves. And obviously we have the big bit of hose. It does tell you on the side of the box what we've got. So we have a 20-meter hose here, and it is so much cheaper to buy the kit, because if you want to buy the, all right, that's a 25-meter hose, that's £35, and the kit is only 25, you know. So it does actually work out a bit cheaper to buy the kit than to buy it yourself. So I'll open it all up and we'll count how many pieces we got. So that's all of it out now. So we should have this, which is here. We should have this, which we've got here. We should have this, which we've got here. We have also got the orange twist fit here, but I think that this is it on here. So I don't know why they put it on there already, but yeah, so that's on there. We've got the hose. We have got 5 of these ones, which we've got. We've got 3 of these ones, which we've got. We've got 20 of these ones, which we've got. We have 10 of the one-way hose bit on it. But anyway, we've got 10 of them, and then we have 20 of the spikes as well. So let's go out to the garden and let's see how it works. Right, so the reason for going for the drip kit is that where I've had new grass put down, and I also have my flower beds over here, I use the sprinkler to water everything. But the problem is with the sprinkler, it's not very good over this, because it ends up over the fence, it ends up on the fence, and then it doesn't really get the actual plants in the flower bed. So this is really good, not knocking that is really good, but that's not really what it's for. So what I usually do, I have to then get the hose, and I spend 10 minutes with this, just going up and down, up and down, up and down. But due to it being 38, 39 degrees, using this, by the time I did this, went to there, come back, this was bone dry. So I was looking for a solution that I don't have to, well, that I could be lazy. So that's the reason why we got this. So let's try to set it up. Just so we get the gist of it before I start running up the flower bed, we'll do it like this. So you grab your bit of pipe. This is the first time I'm doing it as well, but it doesn't come with any instructions on the box. So can't be that much to it, can it? So anyway, we're gonna grab this, we're gonna cut this, so then that's off. And then you have this thing, it looks like this, and then you're just going to push that onto there. Make sure you push it on properly so that it doesn't come back. So here you go, make sure that's on properly and over both the ridges on there. And then you've got this attachment that screws straight onto there like this. So now this is now a push fit connector, so that you can use it to clip onto that. I'm not actually going to be using this, because my idea is that I'm going to leave this here on the side of the flower bed so that I don't need to run a hose to it, you know, because you're supposed to put this on the tap, but I don't want to do that. So okay, so after that I'm going to add another cut here actually, So I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to use this one because I think that's how you use it. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's give it a go. Yeah. So we'll push that onto here. Sorry if it sounds like I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, so that's not me lying. Okay, so that is connected. Can I block it off? I'm going to presume that if I twist that, that blocks it off. So I'm going to put this one on the end. I hope these come off easily. So let me go connect up the water and we'll see it working. I've now connected it up to the water, and with this one, this is just like a stopper on it. So if I twist it, the water will come out like that, and then I twist it and then that stops it. So I'm going to presume you use this right at the other end once you're finished. But with this one, so that will sit, I've done this a bit upside down. So if that's sat in your flower bed, you see at the moment it is supposed to be off, it's just I was using it. Then if I turn this little orange thing like that, it starts dripping out. So that's the gist of it. There are 2 more bits on it, but I think that one, instead of having an like where you can adjust it, this just does it on its own. And then that one is also, no, that's not a sprayer. No, that looks like it's the end cap over there. So, well, I'll find out when I put it all together. But yeah, that's the gist of how these work. So let's get to putting it inside the flower bed. Just to let you know, if you do want to do something similar to what I've done, as in leave this on the flower bed, make sure you get yourself a double-ended male adapter so that you can push one into this side like that, and then you can push that onto that side. So just in case you want to do that. Word of warning, once you push them on, they are really hard to get back off. So I might just, well, you can get them off, it's just really difficult. So just try get it right first time. So this one is then going to start on this little plant, red spiky thingamabob, and then I'm going to have another one here. So where's my scissors? I've then got to go, you know, I've got enough cable to go up and down. So that one's there, and then that one's about here. I'm going to put one of these ones on, one that just splashes, well, not splashes, but one that comes straight out. It hasn't got an adjuster on it, so I push that in. Sorry, this is quite difficult. I've got the camera on my head, so difficult for me to see if you can see it or not, if that makes sense. So I'm going to push that one on here. Once you have them on, you can twist them, so you can get them both facing the right way. Okay, so after just testing it, with this one in there, obviously because the water comes flying out of here, you actually haven't then got the pressure up here. It only literally just trickles out of here, well, out of this one, even when you have it open. So you can't have one of these before one of these, or else you won't get the pressure. So here you go, first mistake I made, just bear that in mind. And that's what I meant by trying to pull them back off. The other one I pulled off alright, but this one I actually broke them. Don't know if you can see that. So yeah, try to get it right first time, or else you're just going to waste some pipe. I can still get this off, but just be careful. So I've just done one half of it, and the water's now on, so it's dripping out. So I know this is quite difficult for you to see, but that's dripping, so I'm just going to whack that as close to the root as I can. Although actually I don't think I need one of them there, because that one seems to hold it quite well. Ah, wasp. Go away, Mr. Wasp. I'm doing a video. I don't think he cares. Never like wasps. Bees are cool, not wasps. No one likes wasps. Just make sure you turn these the correct way around. Again, I don't actually need to do one for that. This one dripping out. So you see that one's dripping out like that. If I turn it, it's still dripping out. How do I lock it? Why is it not locking? Ah, there you go. So tiny little bit of drip, and then lots of drip. So we try and get that right into that root as possible. I am going to use a little spike with this one though, and then that just pushes in like that. Admittedly, I thought this would spray out a bit more, though I know it's called a drip kit, but I thought it would give me perhaps a little bit more. I'm going to use another spike on this one. So I've run my pipe in all along, I just need to tidy it up. So with it in use, you can see it, well, quite difficult to see, but you can see it dripping out there, then dripping out here. So it does work. It is a drip kit. As I said, I guess that was me being a bit silly. I thought it would come out a bit more, but I've got it all. See it dripping down, but that doesn't really solve my whole situation of I want to water the whole plant, not just the root. So I have got a little idea, and it does work. Grab yourself a little needle, and then what you're going to do is you're going to poke some holes in it. And because the holes are so small, I'm not sure if you can see the water coming out. Oh yeah, you can. Poke some holes in it. I need to adjust it to where I want the water to go, but then you can actually get the leaves as well. So I'm gonna poke some holes in it, and then I'll show you the whole thing. And then, but yeah, I think that this is the way to go. Not knocking them for what they've done, but I think my solution's a bit better. So when you do this, make sure you're using a really thin needle, because the wider the hole, the more comes out, and obviously you don't want to lose the pressure. So if you're doing some holes at the start of the line, you don't want to lose the pressure at the end. So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3. So I've got 4 coming out here, let's sprinkling up here, 4, where is it, 5. See, I did this one too big, so I've got 6 here. This one's coming up quite high, but I'm going to adjust these 6. 7 in here. I've got number 8 on my carrots. So yeah, just make sure you use a really thin needle. I'll do one on camera for you around this side. I'll do it by my aiming towards my, so we're just gonna there, push it in, don't push in too much, and then you get a little, quite difficult to see, but if I put it here you'll see the water trickling out, and then hopefully that gets my little cucumber plant. And yeah, there you go, there's a cucumber plant. So I'm going to keep that watered. So let me put in all the clips and punch in all my hose, and I'll show you the finished product. So we're all set up now. I've got everything plumbed in properly. I've also got a 3-way adapter so I can water the grass and I can water the plants. But what do we think of the Claber Drip Kit 20? I think that the setup is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Just remember that once you pop these on, trying to get them back off again's hard, so make sure you get it right the first time. But for the drip kit itself, it drips on the root like it should do. I don't think there's really much else to say about that. In the kit I could have done with a couple more because I can only do the ones on this side, but as I said, grab a needle, and once you puncture a hole in it, like hard to see on the camera like this, you can then actually water the leaves itself. I'm not a gardener, but I'm going to presume that just watering the root probably isn't enough. You probably have to do the leaves. I'm presuming, I don't know that, I'm just guessing. But if you do run out of these things, just puncture a hole slightly lower down, and then you can wet the root. Oh, I've got the camera wet. You can then, yeah, get the root on its own. And when you do use the needle, make sure you don't push down too far, or else you do a bigger hole and then it ends up spurting up about 5 foot. Although this one's quite good because then it actually gets all of these leaves all together, like all over the top. So yeah, let me try that again. So it runs along here, then onto my carrots and then my mint and cucumber plant, you know. So yeah, the kit does its job. In all honesty, I don't think you need the kit. If you could just find this pipe and you could find an adapter to your hose, I'd recommend just getting that. Although for 20 quid for that whole kit, you probably aren't going to get it much cheaper because the pipe will probably cost you a fair few quid anyway. But yeah, so hope you found the video useful, and thanks for watching.